Hello, I'm back again. So the first part's uploading, so hopefully that will be definitely at 7 o'clock, and I'll join you then and we'll have a chat and have some fun. So in part 2, I'm going to go through my one day special with you quickly. Oh yes, there we go. Right, so the one day special, we've got the stencils that form part of it. So we've got the retro rounds. I love it. Lots of things that I showed on the show, lots of things that I'll be sharing on my blog with you using this one. It's a really nice stencil. I'm sorry I haven't got the samples, but as I said in part 1, I have left them all in the UK, so they're all ready for the Stevenage show Stamporama, which I'm really excited about. Got some fantastic new products to share with you. You'll be the first to see them at Stamporama. Your first opportunity to buy them as well before I go on to Hochanda. So I really hope you'll come and say hello and come and visit the Craftscope stand. You'll have to forgive me if there isn't too much on it decorative wise, but you know, obviously first one, so I'm not really sure what to expect. So that's retro rounds. Then we've got the flower flurry, another brilliant one. This is great. It doesn't have to be flowers. You can use it as fantastic texture. Build it up. So you've got the floral element there, but if you don't want the floral element, it is perfect. And it looks really good actually if you pick out little pieces, especially these ones here. These do fantastic texture. A bit of gilding wax, black, grunge it up. Really brilliant. Then we've got the retro maze. Another favourite one. I really like this one. You know, you can do again a lot with it. If you just look past the actual pattern that's there, you know, there's lots and lots to have fun with there. And finally, which I've got a feeling I'm going to show you the same one. I am. The other one was the retro. Oh dear, what was it? I can't find it. It's gone out of my head. Right, anyway, we'll pass that and I'll come back to that. Now, also part of the one day special that was on was the retro plaid and the retro quartet. These were the bonus dies that I included. I loved these ones. You know, both of those I really like. So I actually had them made smaller as well, just to give you a bit more delicate detail. Great for use on your ATCs. ATCs in your smaller projects, but they do join up really well, so you can use them on your larger projects if you want something smaller. I mean, this one, the detail on that on a large project is brilliant. You know, corners, edges, is such a lovely stencil, that one. It does say A5 simply because I didn't have enough time to redesign the packaging in time for my producer to actually get that done, but it's well worth it. You know, you're using the inside at the end of the day, you're not using the packaging. And the same with the retro quartet. These are exclusive on Etsy, so if you want them you can get them there. And don't forget the August giveaway. Anything that you purchase on my Etsy store, if you leave a review, you'll be entered into the giveaway to win the whole of the August collection. So that's the 3 lovely stamp sets that I showed last week, couple of dies, lovely dies, and some stencils as well. So it's around about £100, but you know, if you leave a review, I'm going to do it live on one of the Natter nicks nearer the time, and you'll win the whole collection. So great prize, and reviews really do help other customers. New people to Craftscope coming all the time, so it really does help them if you leave your honest reviews. Alright, and be honest. You know, if you're not happy with something, do say, or you know, get in touch with me and we'll put it right. You know, I want you to be happy, have fun with your products, and you know, be you know, have trust in Craftscope and me. You know, otherwise, you know, nothing works. Finally, we've got the 2 stamp sets. We've got the retro vibes, which again I love. You know, I've done it as 2 layering stamps here. You've got your blocks, which are great for the kiss stamping, and then you've got your frames, so you can use the frames on their own, the blocks on their own. I've put individual stamps so you can extend the pattern. Some fantastic big blocks again for pattern building. Lovely words. You've got positive vibes, be in love, happy, and blast from the past. I've mentioned a lot that I only use 5 fonts throughout the whole of Craftscope range, and eventually they'll build you up to have a library to make any phrase, sentiment that you like. I've put the A and B in here as well, so they'll all mix and match together. And then carrying on, last but not least, we've got the Retro Fever. Again, these can be layered up, different colours. They look really funky used on their own, one or the other. It's up to you, but I have cut some of these as well to use them as individuals. If you cut them in a specific shape, they're easy to join back together if you want to use it whole again, but then that does give you more options. So that's that. Something I am trying to get back in stock, because it flew within, well, it was within 24 hours, is my retro banner stamp. Again, this is a brilliant stamp made for me by Vicky and Sarah at Stamp Addicts. Again, pulled out all the stops for me. In this I've done a similar thing to the retro banner die, but also I've given you 2 and 1 prong set there as well. I'm really sorry that they sold out quickly. I knew they'd be popular after the banner die, but I didn't realise they were going to be quite as popular as that. So these will be on the Etsy site as soon as I can possibly get any more stock. I've put words here, wonderful, birthday, bit of fun there, grumpy, lovely. We all know someone grumpy, I'm sure. You can use it as a little joke sentiment on there. Special, I've given you all your numbers there for a special birthday. These are great for little think bubbles coming out of someone's head, especially if you use like Trent or Brendan or Bailey. You can add these to build up any sentiment you like, so longer or shorter words. Fantastic quality rubber, as always. Stamps perfectly, so as I say, I'll get those back in stock as soon as I can. They go really well with the dies, either layering them up or using them individually. So they'll be on the Etsy site as soon as I can. Little heads up, I mentioned on the show about the alphabet. Now Phil's alphabet fits perfectly into the retro banner, either the dies or the stamps. Just going back to the stamp set, actually, in these words you've actually got nearly the whole alphabet, so by masking them off you can use that alphabet to fill in your stamping blocks. So that's that. So I think that's all I've got to cover on those before I get started into a quick demo. So for the quick demo that I'm going to do today, then I'm going to use the Retro Vibes. I'm going to use the large circle out of that one. I'm going to just quickly show you a few little techniques using the Such a card and maybe even the ATC Antics as well, which is that one. That will just show you how to get your texture into the circles. So I've got everything ready here. I did do a lovely gel plate background and I couldn't find it, but I did a quick one last night just to so I could do the demo. I couldn't find my other one. I've matted and layered my card. Now I'm going to say it every time and you're going to get really bored, always gut the card. It's not quite so important when you're just using your base cards, but what's the point of using card, wasting it that's going to be used, you can use somewhere else. I mean, this is how I've gutted mine, using one of my decorative dies. So I've got that for another project out of the black card, and I've done the same with the blue card. I mean, they're substantial pieces of paper and card. No one's going to know you've used it from gutting. I mean, it's perfect, so why waste it when you can use it on another project? And that's the die I've used, which fitted perfectly into my little area. Right, so very simple then, I'll just put that aside. I've also stamped the sentiment and I've matted and layered it onto the same card. I'm just going to do a little bit extra to that, just to edge it. I'm ever so dry, so you'll have to forgive me. So we want a blue here, so go to the archive links. I'm going to go for the manganese blue and just edge the card. It doesn't show much, but what it will do is it will just bring it into the rest of your card. These are brilliant little mini pads. I think I said on the show, sadly everything I needed had run out before my show, and I just couldn't afford to buy the full sets of them before I came to the show, so I decided to get those, and they're fantastic. So I'm just going to use Phil's glue, fantastic glue. Again, you get what you pay for. You know, you can get cheaper glues, but you know, if I send a card, I want to know that it sticks perfectly when I make it, but also it doesn't peel off. And I have had, especially more with foam pads really, where I've invested in foam pads which I thought were alright, left it to dry overnight and found that they all peel off, and it's just not what you want to do when you send it to someone. So I'm going to take a piece of paper and my stamping platform. This is from John. It's a really nice one. I'd got used to another one which I still love for different things, but this is really great as well. I've also cut some masks here, just to help me. I'm going to make a flower, so we're going to take our circle stamp first from the set. Just going to pop that in the middle. It doesn't really matter where we put it, because I'm going to cut it out afterwards. So let's see, let's go for a nice vibrant fuchsia, and we're going to just ink up the circle. There we go, and choose another stamp. I think we'll have, what's going to show you best? Oh no, I'll do a few of these and then you can see. So if we use the negative of the bubble wrap, so just pop that down onto there and then stamp that. Now I'm going to hold this up really close. So can you see that gives you a lovely bit of texture within the circle? That's just one. Also, while I'm here, I'll show you can get the negative of that. There we are. So that's a really nice centre for a flower as well. That's just using the bubble wrap. Let's get that away and I'll do another one. Alright, so let's place that there. So again, we'll use the vibrant fuchsia. So we're just inking up the circle. I don't know if this will work, but I'll show you this. There's a really great little bit of script that I put into the Such a Card set, and that really works nicely. I'm going to just see if it will work on here. I'm just going to literally stamp it on to the circle. That just removes some of the ink, and then we'll put that down. It's not quite so successful, but it still gives you the texture, so it's not just a flat stamped image. Right, so let's take another piece of paper. Now we'll do our little flower. So if we pop it there, ink that up using the vibrant fuchsia, and this time we'll take let's have a look. So I should have thought about this really, shouldn't I, before. We'll use the swirl, that'll be nice. So taking the ink off with the swirl, and then we'll stamp. This one is a nice, really nice texture on this one. There we are. So we use that as our flower centre. So I'm just going to mask off. I haven't even got any temporary glue on, temporary stick on this. It'll just be fine like it is. Using my stamp here. This is the leaf stamp. Now I haven't got any stick on this either. Now that was a stupid thing, wasn't it, to do. So let's go for a deeper plum on here. I'll have to do this one by hand. It's not going to be the brightest of flowers, but you know, it'll be quite nice. So just inking up the leaf. This is the one that I've made from the EVA foam and the retro leaves. Gives a really nice flower. Just place that down. It's not going to be the best of demos, but it'll give you the idea. Quite a dark flower. There we are. It's probably best to use in a darker colour anyway, just for the show. So I'm just going to use one of my masks, stamp up the leaf again. You get a really nice build up on these, and you know the EVA foam is really good, so you can have like a selection of the leaves. There we are, and then just move our little mask along. Pop that in place, ink the leaf up again. Sorry, next, it's going to be a little learning curve for me. You know, it's something I'm not used to, and you know, a lot of you will know I hate being on TV. I don't think any of us like it really. You know, some people love it, don't they? But I'm not one of them. And I never ever thought I'd be on the Chandler in a month of Sundays. But I do like sharing the thing, so it's really the only way I can do it, to share all my designs. Right, so we just move that along again. Ink up the leaf. Might be a little bit boring, I'm afraid. So I hope you aren't asking lots of questions. It would be great, you know, if there's anything you want to see in any of these shows, just let me know. You know, if I will try and get any questions, any queries put into the shows. You know, I'll get a list. I've got a list of questions or from people, so I will cover them in shows as soon as I can. You know, it's always great it's your show really, you know, and it's nice, you know, you're part of the Craftscape family. I want you to enjoy your products, and so just get in touch and ask away. You know, I do know quite a bit. I'm not an expert by any means, you know, we're all learning all the time. There we are, last one now. It's not going to be perfect, but it just shows you a little bit of a demo. I like these little sessions really, because there's I can cover a lot more in about things. There we are. So that's given us a really quite simple and quick flower. To do a stem, literally what I do. Sorry about covering myself up, but cut yourself a stem shape into copier paper. Position it roughly where you'd like the stem to go. And let's take a leaf green here, and I'm going to take the script again to create this. and I'll do it lengthways because then you're not going to get quite so bored watching me do it. So ink up the stamp. Actually, I'll just do a few like this and then you can roughly see where I'm going. These are all the things that I forgot, you see, getting it ready, having my spray adhesive available, you know, the things that I will get right eventually, but hopefully you're just enjoying a little bit of crafting. It is nice to know that you're there watching. I was quite pleased with the amount of people that watched last time. You know, I wasn't really expecting that many, I tell you. It does make me happy to know that you're all having a nice time with my stamps and dies. I've had to have the air conditioning on. I was eaten to death with the mosquitoes last night. And after such a freezing evening in Luton Airport, I'd forgotten how hot it was going to be when I got back. It was unbearable actually. So I've had to put the air conditioning on today. I hope it's not too loud. It's actually quite comfortable in here. There we are, I'll leave it at that. So that has given us a nice little stem to our flower. There we are. And I'm going to get my retro leaves, which I think actually is quite a little bit too big for this really, but let's go with it. So fingers crossed. Oh, look at that, it worked. I'm just going to ink up the leaf very fast here, and we can mask it off. Can see, yeah, all you've got to do is turn the paper over and that'll give you the perfect mask for your leaf. And let's just use part leaf on this. There we are. So it's coming from behind. And use the other side of the paper, cut back. And I'll do a whole leaf here. I'm not used to doing things like this at the drop of a hat, so I would have planned it out a little bit better. So, I mean, that just looks like it's coming from behind there. So that's that. Now I'm just going to quickly cut this out. I'm just going to be very loud. Actually, I have got one by the side of me that I've just seen. It's not perfect, but I'll just cut out the leaf and the stem, and I'll use the little one I've already done just to show you. And it's not perfect because you know, I'm sure you'll forgive me this time after all the travelling and really not having much time. I should have actually cancelled this one, but I didn't really want to let you down after promising, so actually I am going to cut the whole lot out while you're watching. So I'm sure we're having a chat at the same time like last time. It was great. I didn't realise at the top right hand corner of this production there's actually a little chat area, so we can chat while this is premiering. You know, the people that were here last time, I know it was really late last time, so I know it was impossible for some of you to stay up that late. I really wasn't expecting it to take that many hours to upload onto YouTube. I mean, ideally it would be great to be able to do it live, because then I don't have to wait for hours and hours and hours for it to upload. The only thing is, and this is why I think we'll have a look how it goes, is if we do it live, I'm going to find it hard to type at the same time. but obviously I'll be able to answer the questions. The other thing is, will I be able to see the questions? Well, anyway, we'll have to work it out, and we'll see what you think's better. You know, whether you think it's better doing it live, or if it's worth keeping them as a premiere where I can actually interact with you at the same time. There we are. So it actually is a little bit too big. I'll clear all that mess up afterwards. I haven't chosen the best of colours to go. Get those away. I made it a little bit too big, but that's alright. So if we position that, let's have a look how that's going to get better. Right, actually that's nice. I'll just cut the bottom bit off a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. Right, so just very quickly peel off my tape at the back. I love this tape. It's one I've had for a long time, and actually, unfortunately, I can't remember where I got it from. I bought an awful lot of it, and it's such a good tape, very, very strong. I'm glad I found it really, but I will keep an eye out. If I find it again, I'll let you know exactly who makes it and where you can get it from. It's one of the nicest tapes I've used. A little bit of glue on the back. Like I say, Phil's glue is fantastic for instant grab. I know I've used the tape as well, but I just wanted to make 100% sure that I could get it all done quickly for you. So that's your matching layering. Simple. You can see, you can't see it's been gutted at all. No one will know. A little bit lighter. Safety card, especially important when it's nice posh paper that you've got and you want to keep. And actually, I'm going to use some 3D glue gel here. Just a few little dabs. Just give us a little bit more depth on the card. So I haven't even got my little applicator that I usually use, but hey ho. Yeah, that just gives it a little bit dimension on the card, and then I'm going to have that overhanging as well. From underneath the leaf, I think. Right, just on top. There we are. There we are. So there's the finished card. It's not perfect, but you know, it's not bad for a quick demonstration on here. So there you go. Alright, hope you like that. Get a very big flower on that, but it looks good on a little sort of a DL card like that, but fantastic in your scrapbooks, fantastic for your journaling, even an ATC really. I mean, I've done ATCs where you actually use just a part of a flower, use one of the smaller leaves and just use a part flower. That's really good. So that's the demonstration done there. Alright. Now, what else have we got to do? Right, yeah, so lastly, the offer for today on my Etsy store. So what I think is I'll reduce the price of the texture stamps until Sunday evening at midnight. So I'll reduce that by £5. So if you want to get your textures, if you haven't got them, if you go onto the Etsy site, there'll be £5 off those until midnight on Sunday. And don't forget, if you leave a review, really important, if you leave a review, you will be entered into the August giveaway, and that is to win the new collection, the whole collection, the stamps, dies and stencils. And I think that's all I'm going to cover today. Yep, I think that's all. If I have forgotten anything, I'll pop a comment or I'll speak to you while we're watching live later on. Alright then. Alright, take care. Bye.